opportunity to run his own program in the SEC. We'll see if Will Stein can get the Kentucky Wildcats back on top as contenders in the South. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And the Volunteers will kick off first, and here we go. He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So Kentucky's offense will start this game off with the football. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Looking to fire. Got it behind the line. It's Baxter. Oh, he's got some space. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. New set of downs after the completion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Baxter. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
It's going to be really interesting to watch Kentucky this year offensively, and I think running the ball is going to be critical. Will Stein now the new head coach, and he brings in C.J. Baxter, running back from Texas, David, a guy that was so highly recruited coming out of high school, had some injury issues early on during his time at Texas, but he has tremendous upside, and if he can stay healthy, this running game, I think, can take off.
Take off, game-breaking. They fortified the offensive line in the transfer portal. They've got to get back to that physical ground game. And you're right about Baxter. This guy was all-world, everything recruit. Lightning in a bottle, can make those big plays. Look forward to watching this Kentucky offense hopefully get a bounce back and get some spring in their step.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Rodriguez. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Running inside. It's Baxter. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky! He got it right inside the pylon. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play with the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. They make fun of kickers saying they don't have to worry about contact. They do in situations like that. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can...
He's going for a big play downfield. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. A spectacular one-hand grab. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, what you know about Josh Heupel in this offense is they're explosive, and they always seem to have a dude outside at wide receiver. They normally have multiple guys like that. You obviously lose Chris Brazzell, a big-time playmaker for the Vols. They're going to have to replace that, David, but they've done such a good job recruiting and developing. There's no question in my mind they're going to find guys that can go on the outside and hurt.
They find those guys with speed, right? And they create so much space in this offense. Now, make no mistake about it. This is a run-first offense, and I love the way they do it, but developing...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And these are the plays that defenses talk about, man. These are the ones that get you in those situations where you can win. You've given up some yards on this drive, but it doesn't matter. When you play great job on second down and force the...
Snags it inside the 20. All the way. Touchdown, Tennessee. Extra point here will tie the game. And he made the extra point without problem. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. We're all tied up, and they'll try to get it right back. They're going for an onside kick. They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. So the Vols offense takes the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Rushes on him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB. And he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
There's a crease. Got enough for the first. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mind.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Well, this offense giveth and then it turned around and giveth it back.
And I think a bunch of people are going to go, why don't they just turn around and hand the ball? I'm not going to hand the ball off every single play. I understand nice big play the play before, but listen, you got to mix it up. You got to keep them guessing, but you obviously want to have a little more success than a sack.
Trying to move the sticks on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Vols! And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. runs for the tackle.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Second down, he'll throw it. It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. It'll be third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Finds a man in the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, the defense is going to sit back in zone. You know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. Defense has to stay out of that neutral zone. It's 2nd and 5. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it on the counter. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing.
Okay, so the QB scramble.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And a sure tackle after the completion, and he stopped short.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
And the physical play there forces the income. On 1st down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Off play action. Going for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up.
And the quarterback will be slugged down back at the 43.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
The Vols will line up to punt it away. A little trickeration, looking to throw. Trying to find his man in the middle. And the pass is incomplete, and the fake punt is a wash. They managed to get the throw off, but couldn't get the completion. You always wonder, why not just leave the offense out there and run a pass play? Hard running there. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. He'll toss it. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Picks up the first down. Here's a little room there. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red, inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
In the red area, it's Baxter. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
He'll be stopped short. It'll be 4th down, and let's see what the decision is here.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Man, he looks short on that play, and the quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust it because the quarterback gets the ball right away, but that defensive line was having none of it. Failed 4th down. Big-time stop for this defense.
Using his legs, it's Bishop. And the defense was just daring them to throw over the top, and the offense didn't, and they got stuffed.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They'll go right back to the run. Makes it past the marker. Turning it on. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a 1st down at the 22. The Volunteers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. That's caught. It's Jackson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Got 7 on that last completion. They might be able to take a shot on 2nd and 3. Trying play action. Ball is out behind the line. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. They get him on the ground. The defense knew exactly where they had to stop him, and it's 4th down.
Well, 3rd and short on their own side of the field. They try to run and get it, but just not physical enough up front. Now it sets up 4th down.
And the Vols will punt this one away. They're cornering the market on fakes. Here comes another one. And the pass is incomplete. They thought they had the fake all dialed up, and it did not work. Have an incompletion like that, you always think, why not just let the quarterback throw it? The element of trickery was afoot, and it didn't work. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Here's a give to C.J. Baxter. He breaks a tackle. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And man, you gotta like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not gonna always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big...
Makes the catch, and he's free. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Kentucky trying to get a little scratch in the red zone. Gives it on the option. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country. And we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. Snags it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. The Wildcats, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll run it with Baxter. And he's in. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a stat that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
He'll bring it out. It's Morris. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got a man. It's Matthews. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping.
He's got it inside the 30. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 16-yard line, and they're in the red zone and threatening to put up points. And the Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Volunteers. They'll line up to go for 2. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Intercepted to stop the threat.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Going to take a shot. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Timeout taken by Kentucky. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Time to take a shot. Caught. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Touchdown, Wildcats. Better fasten those seatbelts. These offenses are cruising.
That touchdown pass at the end of the half is really going to help out this quarterback's confidence. The extra point's going to give them the lead. You got to feel good heading in at halftime. When you're up on the scoreboard, expect them to keep throwing it around in the second half.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Coming out with it, it's Dotson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for room, it's Bishop. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. The Vols will now use their final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
I caught up with Tennessee's head coach coming out of the locker room. They are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. Their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Back to pass on second down. Looking left. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
Man, when you go over the middle, you got to be willing to take the punishment. You're going to get hit a lot of times anyways, so you might as well catch the football. But his arms starting to look a little bit like Reese Davis when the check comes at dinner.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. Just weren't able to come down with that one.
They fake it again. Pretty soon you keep faking it. It's not really a fake. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. The run inside. It's Baxter. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up second and inches.
Tight end now in motion. Baxter again. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out of the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Motion from the wideout. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Baxter. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Firing to the right, complete. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Right down the boulevard. That gives him a little breathing room, now up 24-20.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Looking downfield on first down. Throws it deep. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Got a man. It's Bishop. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. He wants to throw it again. Looking long. Can't make the play on the interception, and, man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And the Vols send out the punt unit. And they're going to try it again. It's another fake. Throws into the middle of the field. And the pass goes incomplete, and they rise up to stop the fake punt on 4th down. Well, they got the throw off, but not much else good happened for them after that one, and they'll turn it over on downs. Got enough for the first. Finding some room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Wildcats, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. On 1st down, it's Baxter again. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Looking for a gap. It's Barnes. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Penalty is on the D. I guess the good news is it didn't lose much ground, but there's not much left. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll try to run with Baxter. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that 1st half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
The pressure ramps up on 3rd and goal. Tries it on the steep. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more.
And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Get down here in the red zone, when you get close to the end zone, and you get goal-to-go situations, you've got to be physical, and I love teams that can run the football. They run the football, hand it to the running back, he does the rest, puts it in the end zone.
And he makes the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Dodson. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success, you've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
On the ground, it's Barnes. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and goal. There's the pressure. He wants it all. Touchdown, Wildcats. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Running inside, it's Bishop. 7-yard pickup on that one, 3rd down and 3 coming.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the done.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pocket breaking down.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Going to try to get it himself.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The run inside. It's Bishop. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. And the Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going to the run, it's Bishop. There's some room. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
If you are a fan of old school running the rock, then you absolutely love this drive. 80-plus yards. They've done it mostly on the ground. That last run now sets them up even closer to the goal line. And you can see these defenders, they're looking over to the sideline looking for answers. They don't know what the front needs to be, if they need to substitute more big guys on the field. They can't stop the running game.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Touchdown, Tennessee! Quick strike through the air for the score.
We're in the second half of this game. You're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2.
Oh, they want the 2, and the holder tries to throw for it. And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, down here on the Kentucky sideline, there is a lot of excitement because this offense is outperforming a much higher-ranked team defensively. They know they've got an opportunity in this game with the lead and the ball, but they have got to play clean football right now. Right before they huddle up to take the field, the coaches are yelling, execute, execute. We'll see if they're able to make that happen and keep this lead. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Wildcats just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Trying to run, it's Barnes. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. Fielded in the end zone. It's Dodson. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Well, the last time they had it, the long field didn't bother them in the least, and they'll try to do it again. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Bust through behind his pad. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
And with that pass right there, dude, he goes over 350 on the day. Nice performance. This QB's been dialed in.
How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? Finds a man on the left. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Wide receiver going in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bishop. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
It's complete on the right side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead.
And guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. And on that last play, he's now over 400 yards passing.
Well, Reese, if you're going to throw for over 400 bills, you got to spread the praise around. Up front, they've done an outstanding job protecting this quarterback, and his receivers have been winning one-on-one.
Takes the easy, and here's a fumble way behind the line. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. And they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. Quick strike complete. They rode their running back, but he could not make it. It'll be 4th down.
Well, the defense needs to...
Now, the offense is still out there. They're taking a gamble here. They could come up empty by passing on the field goal here on 4th down. Finds his back on the shovel. And they'll wrap him up, and he is stopped well short of the 1st down marker. Handoff to the single running back. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. After this, it'll be a wrap. Here we go. Ready, go. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Lets it fly. One last incompletion, and that'll do it. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd... On the banks of Lake Washington, it's Husky Stadium. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. And the Rebels ready to kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone, it's Washington. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Washington stops the clock and uses its first timeout. Using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. So the Washington Huskies offense will on the attack first. And they'll be met by this defensive front, which can wreak havoc.
Well, this is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but David, he better have a clock going off in his head in this one, because this is one of the elite pass rushes in the entire nation as well. Their D-line is absolutely stocked and loaded with athleticism, with guys with bad intentions, and they built this D-line specifically.
It's a fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
And I love the way this defense just responded. Sometimes you're over there drinking Powerade on the sidelines. You're ready for your offense to do its thing. They turn it over. You quickly grab your helmet. Sometimes you're discombobulated. And this offense tries to take advantage of that. Defense more than ready. Grabs the momentum right back in this football game. Back-to-back turnovers.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Here's Williams to throw. This time it's complete.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Lined up in the gun, Williams on third down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Hunt is on its way. And they'll mark the spot on this one just outside the 40-yard line. Rebels offense is back on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the... breaks into the open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Rebels. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Williams. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
So he was forced to just take what the defense gave him, and they were able to stop him short of the first down.
And when you're a defense and you get 3rd and long and you know exactly where those sticks are, you set your feet at them, they throw.
Oh, the fake. They snapped it to the up man. He's on the move. He's not going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs. The fake doesn't work. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Running inside, it's Lacey. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
And he's in for his 2nd touchdown, man. He knows what to do when he gets down here. He knows how to get in the end zone, and I love when you can run the football as you get closer to that goal line. Be the more physical team, and they're doing just that.
And the extra point is good. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Williams. Got his man to the left. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Play action with Williams. Here's a heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
Handoff from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Quickly to the tight end. They'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. And the Huskies are marching down the field. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6. Third and 6 yards to go. Throwing, Williams. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making...
And they'll fake it again. They'll stop him short, and they had it sniffed out from the beginning. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, obviously at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
He's going for the big play. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
Well, the offense is getting aggressive, and they're trying to take a shot on that play. Just an awesome job in coverage at the back end defensively.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
That's a great play by this defense. It's hard when you go against a guy that's so good at the quarterback spot. He can make so many plays, but the defense understood that rep. Nice job getting to him, corralling him, getting him on the ground, and creating the big sack.
Punt is on its way. Not a lot of room to make this catch. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarmed him under for no gain. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Really nice looking pass there. You think about all the great Washington quarterbacks, right? Warren Moon, the Heward brothers, Mark Brunell, Jake Browning. The greatest quarterback name in college football history, Sonny Six Killer. That guy was throwing seeds at the University of Washington. This dude right here, putting on his best Sonny Six Killer impersonation.
Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. They run the reverse. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections. But the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead. And a lot of times...
Picked off. What a play to set him up. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Really tough on an offense. Third and long, it's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
Off play action on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it'll be caught on the right sideline, but the officials say he was just out of bounds on the right side. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll run it on the counter. He's there to make the stop.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Nestled just inside that right upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Here's Williams to throw. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Looking for room. It's Lacey. Taking it the other way. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they tacked on the extra point. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Got it in the middle. It's Moss. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Williams makes the grab on the left. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
They'll give it to Washington. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
As a defense, you get so excited with those 3rd down stops, and you throw the fist in the air, right? Forcing the 4th down, but you got to stay on your P's and Q's with this offense because they've already shown you that
they're cornering the market on fakes. Here comes another one. They tried to catch him napping on that fake, but turns out they were wide awake.
Well, they thought they had the look they wanted for a fake punt there, but the defense was just way too alert. Give them credit for getting the stop, and now they set their offense up in great field position.
Shoots it to the left. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Oh, man, the big fellas, they usually have the soft hands. Your security blanket is your tight end, but that one hit him in the hands, and he just couldn't pull it in.
So now it's 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Lacey. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you think the defense is dialed into this guy? Like, he's already had such a great start to the football game, and you know they're using him. Great job by this defense. Great adjustment. Great job being downhill, physical, fast right now and getting him stopped.
Hauls it in. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Listen, nice completion, short gain. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that fourth down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
Touchdown, Ole Miss. Well, on the sideline, got it in the end zone. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
On target over the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Boy, it was like the heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
And one of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
Complete to the left. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And the holder, they fake it, pitch it to the tight end. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.